there were probably some Dodger fans that arrived here at Citizens Bank Park thinking, this Phillies ball club may not be that difficult. But yes, it has been tough. El Torito made that great grab last night to wrap up the ball game. It's been an exciting 3 days. 3 days, I bet Zach Eflin wishes he was out there pitching the way things have gone. It's the Phils and the Dodgers, the final game of this 4-game series. All right, so let's see the different series the Phillies and the Dodgers have played this year. The Phillies pitching out in Los Angeles, that was the problem spot for them. They hit only .252, but you look at the pitching for the Dodgers, 3.67. Now it's a total reverse, plus some late inning heroics for the Phils. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with John Kruk. It really has been about the atmosphere late in games for the Phillies on this homestand and in this series against Los Angeles Dodgers. I mean, it has been dramatic and it's been exciting.
Yeah, and it's something that we haven't seen pretty much all season, and that late inning heroics and clutch hitting with runners in scoring position. But we have seen that in this series. Look what they've done in the last 6 innings or later. Dodgers 5 runs, the Phillies 10 runs in 3 games in the 6th inning or later, 3 big home runs, and of course the guy that has homered in every game of this series so far, there's the big grand slam in the 6th inning off Clayton Kershaw, the first grand slam Kershaw's ever given up in his historic career. And then game 2, the wind blowing in. The only way you could get a ball out on Tuesday night was if you hit a line drive to left field. That's what Aaron Altair did. And then last night, when they needed something big, he came up with something big. Stripling hangs a breaking ball. Aaron Altair knows what to do with it, deposit in the left field seats. And then, you want to try to go down and away? I can go this way too. Double off the wall. Puig with a great effort, didn't come up with it. Cesar and Freddie score, puts the Phillies ahead, and they stay ahead in this game, and they win the 3rd game of this series. But he is all there. 97 games, 281, missed almost a month and a half of the season, still 19 homers, 60 RBIs. You would love to see what this man can do in a full season with about 500 to 600 at bats.
Yeah, you project it out, maybe 25 home runs, maybe 85 to 90 RBIs. Whatever it would be, it's been good to watch these last several weeks for Aaron Altair. So today it will be Mark Leiter Jr. making his 10th start of the season against Kenta Maeda. We'll be back with lineups and first pitch, and don't forget to pick up the clippings. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. Well, persistent, I guess is the right way. The Fanatic rolling along the outfield, waiting for the Phillies to take the field today as they go for the series sweep. And one of the reasons we know that he's a little progressive is because sometimes he gets smitten with somebody, like he is with Alana Rizzo from the Los Angeles Dodgers television network. And today he decided that he wanted to show off to Alana, well, not only his pull around Citizens Bank Park to have a table and chair put out, but also his love for her. Look at those flowers. How beautiful is that? I don't know if the candle is a good idea on the playing field because it could ignite something, but you go with it if you're the Philly Fanatic. Maybe some wine glasses. Oh, and finally, Alana gives in. That is really nice of her. The Philly fanatic always seems to win outs. The only problem is that sometimes he's not always so subtle. Oh, boy. Well, she's a good sport. That's what happens when you give her cauliflower. Now they have glasses of milk. Always good to have calcium. He knows exactly how to get to a lady's heart. Now he's got to clean up. I mean, John, seriously. Fortunately, people play along, right? It's only water, Alana. A couple days, you might have champagne. Oh, that's really funny. The Philly fanatic, ladies and gentlemen, he is the best.
I bet Alana's happy this ain't a 6-game series.
And that he's not going on the charter back to Los Angeles with them. All right, so the Phillies have taken the field. Let's take a look at the Dodgers lineup brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Would they have to put him in a cage if he went on the flight?
I think maybe when he first arrived, they would have to put him in a cage. I think now he would be okay.
Yasiel Puig hitting fourth. Multiple hit games, 5 of his last 8. I'll handle this, Tom. When you talk about the fanatic and his travel ways.
Mark Leiter's finished up his warm-up tosses. He's 3-6 with an ERA of 4.93. Here's the thing about the fanatic is that he didn't know if she would respond at all when he did that.
She was a good sport.
She was a good sport.
Yeah.
Right.
She should have slapped him harder when she did slap him, but
she was very nice
spilling
with
water. Here's the thing. They have to travel after the game.
Well, it's warm out today, so she's probably going to dry up.
Let's hope.
But she was a very good sport.
Yes, she is.
Chris Taylor will lead things off for the Dodgers. Taylor 4 for 10 so far in this series. He's got a couple of home runs. Overall hitting .292 with 21 home runs, 69 runs batted in. And the first pitch of the day. Off the outside corner, we're underway in the count 1-0. Leiter made his major league debut against the Dodgers back on the 28th of April. See Taylor's rankings on road games. Mark threw 12 pitches in 1 inning out at Dodger Stadium after being with the club for several days and warming up once before. Just off the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. He's trying to get a little pace going here, and Chris Taylor's not buying it. Two and 2.
Yeah, that's what Mark needs to do. Work both corners with the fastball, and once you get 2 strikes, got to flip that split up there and see if they can swing through it.
Line drive out to left field, and it'll drop in front of Altair and kick past him. Aaron misread that ball, and Taylor's on his way to third base, and he will get there. Well, it's going to be a single and a 2-base error. So the errorless streak for the Phillies comes to a close. Aaron could have caught that ball if he had seen it initially a little bit better.
Yeah, it's the brightest part of the over the first base dugout is the brightest part, and sometimes you do lose sight of the ball off the bat. See, Aaron just got a bad jump, and then he got caught in between, and if he squares up, it hits his body. But I think he was upset that he didn't catch it initially, and then he compounded it by letting it get past him.
Well, now Justin Turner, and he fouls the first pitch back. And it's 0-1. Murph talked about the errorless streak last night. It was a long one for the Phillies. It probably should have ended last night on the ball that Odubel Herrera kicked, but it ends here today. Turner hitting .321 with 21 home runs and 70 runs batted in. And he's hit by a pitch. It's the 18th time he's been hit this year. So he's over at first, and now put runners on first and third. I think that one may have gotten either the hand or the wrist.
Yeah, it looks like it got him in the hand. That's the last thing the Los Angeles Dodgers need is their best hitter getting hurt.
Oh, it looked like the backhand.
Yeah,
maybe
it hit
both.
Thumb. Looked like it hit his thumb too.
Heard him say "aye." Well, the Athletic trainer taking a look at them. They're already without Corey Seager, who fouled a ball off his ankle last night and had to have X-rays taken. You're right, John. It is the thumb. That's what they're looking at. Yeah, right off the point of the thumb.
You could lose your fingernail, and like you said, this is Dodgers' worst nightmare because he is their best hitter.
Well, he's going to stay in, so it'll put runners on first and third, and Cody Bellinger will be the batter. All right, Justin, a lot of hop now. Bellinger 4 for 12 so far in this series. 38 home runs, 90 runs batted in. Dodgers are finishing up this road trip today. He's 12 for 32 on the road trip. And time is called.
You remember too, this time of year, how imperative it is to try to score early, because the shadows start creeping out about the 4th, 5th inning. Right now the Dodgers look like they're in pretty good shape early. The Phillies haven't helped it any with the 2-base error and a hit batter.
Turner had to tie his shoe. Now he seems to be ready. Line drive caught at third base by J.P. Crawford. One away. Well, sometimes you just have to be in the right place at the right time.
Well, you go back to 2 nights ago when he bunted for that base hit. Crawford wouldn't be playing there. If Bellinger never bunted, he'd be back over more toward the shortstop area, and now you're looking at the potential of a huge hit. But I firmly believe that Crawford would not have been playing up like that if Bellinger didn't bunt on Tuesday night.
I think it's a good point. All right, Yasiel Puig now the hitter, 2 for 9 in this series.
Remember the last time he came up in a crucial situation in a game, Pivetta got him to hit into the double play. Hopefully we can get another one.
Fights it off foul, and it's 0-1. Puig hit it to a 5-4-3 double play in the 3rd inning against Pivetta the other night. Puig's numbers with runners at third and less than 2 outs. Just a bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dodgers come in with a record of 96 and 56. Their magic number to clinch the West is still at 2. And they cannot clinch today because Arizona is not playing today. Out towards center field, Odubel Herrera started in, now makes the catch. A run will score. And it's 1-0 Dodgers. An RBI on the line drive, sac fly by Yasiel Puig. 1-0. Well, time now for our Nissan keys to the game before we go any farther along.
Well, Mark Leiter, just keep us in it. Our late inning heroics have been outstanding in the first 3 games of this 4-game series, so keep us in it, give us a chance. Can't be Altair or Hoskins every night. Who's going to be the hero tonight to come up with that big hit to put the fighting Phils ahead?
Yeah, it's been nice to see it. You know, just the energy level more than anything else. Hoskins has certainly been a hero in this series. Granderson. And he takes off the outside corner, 1-0. Overall hitting .206 with 24 home runs, 62 runs batted in. He's hitting .122 with the Dodgers with 5 home runs, including 1 in this series. Pulls that one into the shift. Cesar has it, and the inning is over. All right, so the error by Altair leads to the run for the Dodgers. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Phillies nothing. Hit by the pitch in the thumb in the top half of the first inning. He seems to be okay to continue. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. After Cesar, it's Freddie Galvis and Nick Williams. Rhys Hoskins back to cleanup. And then Aaron Altair has had himself a heck of a series. 5 for 11 with 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in. They will face right-hander Kenta Maeda, who is 12-6 on the year. He has a high earned run average. 134 strikeouts. He handled the Phillies the last time he faced them in Los Angeles. First pitch is outside.
Well, Leiter limited the damage early. We keep talking about the shadows. Yeah, the Phillies got to strike back early. It can get wicked later in the game.
That is an unearned run, too, that Leiter allowed. Breaking ball, and it's 2-0. Yeah, today's the final day of summer. So
it is?
Yeah, shadows are going to creep a little earlier.
My son came with me to the game, and I thought we were going to leave here and go watch football. I just assumed today was Sunday. Kind of fell short on that a little bit.
That's why you have everybody around you, John, just to steer you the right way.
But I look at it in a positive way. I've gained 3 days more in my life than I thought I lost.
Right. And there is football tonight. You can still watch it.
Yeah, dandy of a game.
3-0 is low. Ball 4. Cesar draws a walk to lead off this first.
Rams 49ers. I mean,
yeah.
Put the seat belt on. I'm going to be locked into that one.
Our attendance isn't really good out in California, either in Los Angeles or San Francisco. But you make up for it with your audience.
I mean, you have to credit the smart fans. I mean,
Freddie Galvis stands in.
Another thing that Dave Roberts didn't want to see. Turner getting hit by a pitch and taking a 1-run lead, and Maeda walks the leadoff hitter.
The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Michelle Dutkowitz of Glendora. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Michelle will win $100. McDonald's enjoy a cold soft drink or freshly brewed hot coffee for only $1. I'm loving it.
That tested you, didn't it?
It sure did.
Did you see that beforehand?
I did, but I forgot what the pronunciation was that I went with earlier. I think that's the same one.
Do you think being in this booth all year kind of makes it more progressive that we can't remember anything anymore?
Well, I think we are 6 months older.
Yep.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, we got to talk to the minor league player and pitchers of the year, right? The Paul Owens Award winners, and got to watch some late inning heroics by a couple guys. Been a fun 3 days.
Yeah, we were actually talking to some folks today, and I think it's the same. The fans feel the same way. Freddie lines it to right field. That'll be in for a base hit. Phillies will have first and second with nobody out. And Nick Williams coming up. Well, Freddie breaks an 0 for 9 with that single.
Maeda is not an overpowering guy. Fastball in the high 80s, low 90s, and Freddie got on top of that one. Try to pull it. You got that big hole with Cesar on first base. Double play death by Utley. Just hit it too hard for Cesar to get to third base.
Chase is asking Paul Emmel to shift around a little bit. Wasn't there an umpire that wouldn't do it? I think there was an umpire that wouldn't do it earlier this year. Oh, really?
Oh, for this year? Yeah, the one didn't do it for Lenny. And Lenny, it was. You got to see the tape on that one. Lenny was very
snappage.
No, very animated.
Williams fouls it down the left field line
with his directions on where he wanted him to move when he said no.
Williams is 9 for 32 on this homestand. He is 1 for 8 in this series against the Dodgers. With 2. It was Ramon De Jesus who wouldn't move for Chase. I wonder why he wouldn't move. It's his right to say no.
Yeah, why do those umpires do some of the things they do? It's like a marriage, Tom. Sometimes you don't always disagree. You don't always agree on everything.
That is true.
Nick's got to get a strike. Been chasing a lot. Of course, Kershaw can have that effect on you.
Yeah, his strikeout percentage has gone up. It's at 28.5% since he's been called up. There's Kershaw. Ooh, man, strike 3 called. The ball looked like it was toward the inner half of the plate. So 1 away, and that'll bring Rhys Hoskins up. Take a look at pitch cast presented by Mazda. I guess because it wasn't where Grandal wanted it.
That caught the plate. Yeah, Grandal wanted that up and away.
Well, here's Rhys, who is 8 for 27 on the homestand with 4 home runs.
First pitch breaking ball?
I would think something soft.
Hope he's sitting on it.
It is a first pitch breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
It's a good spot, though. That's really good pitch by Maeda right there, especially first strike. I think Chase is holding Cesar on.
Looks like that's his objective. And now he backs off. Bouncer foul, and it's 0-2. Andy Rabel doing a nice job just picking up the pearl. There he is. Way outside, 1-2.
As a hitter, you like that. You know, you're 0-2, you're battling, you know you got to expand. And then a guy throws a non-competitive pitch, so you know, there's no thought of swinging at that one.
Inside, 2-2. Maeda up to 94 on that pitch. I think it was the same theory with Williams on that, to try to get it on the inside part of the plate.
Well, you remember when he got hit the double off, or when he got the base hit off Darvish. Darvish knew it was the last hitter. His miles per hour went from 92, 93 to 96, 97 against Reese. So they understand who the best hitter on this team is and who you have to bear down against the most.
Partly the reason why he was intentionally walked last night, and he has 31 walks since he arrived on the 10th of August. His walk percentage is
that leading the team?
That's a good question. He has to be leading the team since the 10th.
Oh, I'm talking about all year.
Oh, well, I don't know if he qualifies yet. And now a meeting on the mound. But you look at his walk percentage and strikeout percentage, they're almost even.
For a power hitter.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You know, when you talk to him about getting 2 strikes, it seems he gets more comfortable, which, you know, we were talking to Billy Cunningham, and he was asking me about Hoskins. I said it's like, you know, Bird and Magic. In the most crucial times of the game, they seem to relax more.
Slow it down a little bit.
Slow it down, and, you know, the most crucial times of the at-bat with 2 strikes, he seems to be able to relax. And he'll strike out, but he'll also get his hits with 2 strikes, too.
Breaking ball, and he's down on strikes. So back-to-back strikeouts for Maeda. 2 away, and Aaron Altair is coming up.
I think this is one that Reese just committed to too early. He thought he was going to get another fastball, and he got that slow breaking ball. And like you said, though, if he never struck out, he wouldn't be human.
Well, now Altair has actually been the hottest hitter. 9 RBIs on this in this series. And he's homered in his last 3 games. Inside, 1-0.
Keep watching Justin Turner in between pitches. He's still flexing that hand.
It's probably going to swell up or tighten up as the day goes on more and more. Outside. All right, well, now Altair is in a good spot.
Yeah, and you pick now. You said on you, what's Maeda normally do? 2-0 to a power hitter. Does he try to go soft, or does he try to go with the fastball? These are things you need to know before you step up there.
Ooh, curveball. 2-1. Saw what he did with the curveball yesterday with Stripling through.
Yeah, this whole thing, like, you look, when I played, it was 2-0. You're more than likely getting a fastball. That's not the case anymore. So now, as a hitter, you have to understand, what's he going to throw when he gets behind? Like, when he needs a strike, what's he going to throw? Well, right now, you have to think that Maeda is going to throw a breaking ball.
Pickoff play on. It gets away from Utley. It hit Cesar, and that slowed it up enough to allow Forsythe to track it down.
Dodgers need to work on that pitcher throw to second.
Yes,
Avilan
they
last
do.
night bounced the one and started that big inning for us, and that one there, I mean, that was.
It's a good throw. He's out.
Yeah.
In fact, he's probably squashed if it's a good throw. Maeda, who won 16 games last year for the Dodgers, his first year over from Japan. Popped up, foul, and out of play, 2-2. Came over as a 28-year-old after 8 seasons playing for the Hiroshima Carp, where he won 97 games over in Japan and an ERA of 2.39. He is in the middle of an 8-year contract signed through the 2023 season. Fights it off, foul. Time now for our Geico quote of the day. Aaron Altair talking about his recent hitting. I'm just seeing the ball really well now. I got my timing back. It's good when those things come together. I'm just a lot more relaxed at the plate, and I'm driving the ball better.
Makes sense. Seeing it better, you're timing it better. You would think the results would be really good.
Well, hopefully they're really good here on this 2-2.
Yeah, we need it. First and second, no outs to start the game, and 2 strikeouts.
3-2. So this will start the runners. This is awfully close.
Yeah.
It just didn't come all the way back.
Maeda wanted it, but here's another situation where, 3-2, 2 outs. Freddie will be running from first. Of course, Cesar also at second, but a long single could score both.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners go. Pitch outside. Ball 4. Second walk issued by Maeda, who does not walk that many guys. That'll bring Odubel Herrera to the plate. And it's part of our State Farm combo. Cesar and Odubel. Cesar's reached base safely in 48 of 54 starts. That's including today. And Odubel, since the start of June, hitting .349 with a .389 on base percentage. Think about the fact that he bottomed out at .217. .217 he bottomed out.
Amazing where he's gotten his average to since then.
Rick Honeycutt out to the mound with the interpreter.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I thought, did Maeda get hurt? I thought it was a trainer, but then you remember about the Maeda has to have a translator with him, which is the way it should be. Or else it'd be pointless to go out to the mound, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sure someone would, though.
Well, this is a long conversation, but I guess when you have the translator, it doubles the amount of time.
Well, neither pitcher's been real efficient so far.
No, 24 pitches for Maeda here in the bottom of the first.
But I guess if you're going bullpen for bullpen, I guess you would think that the Phillies would have the advantage.
At this point, yeah, the way they pitched in this series, even the younger guys. All right, so now Odubel. Odubel 9 for 37 on this homestand. 2 hits and 11 at-bats against the Dodgers. And a breaking ball that curves in. It's 0-1. Odubel's in agreement with the home plate umpire. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, they're on the same page.
It's surprising. Sometimes, though, he does expand the zone, particularly in RBI situations.
Oh, 95.
Yeah, 2 for 21 with the bases loaded.
Let's start bringing that up too.
Bouncer foul. No way, Mick. Leave it, get it in front of you.
Second baseman, you can knock it down.
Yep. Whoa.
You'd have seen him a couple years ago down at fantasy camp trying to throw. It hurt me watching him.
Oh, really?
Then I asked him, I said, you throw BP? He goes, yeah, I started throwing. I'm like, oh my gosh, hate to be in that group.
1-2.
There's a big gap in right center field. Puig looks like he's shading Odubel to pull, and Taylor's playing for him to hit the other way. Line drive over Chase's head. Going to score 3. See that pitch right there by Maeda away? See how Odubel leaned over? You wonder if they're going to try to throw that two-seamer at his hip and bring it back. Now they might be out there leaning out to try to get something away.
Two pitch. Fights it off foul and remains 2-2.
Looked like Grandal wanted that pitch away.
Yeah, I think he's missed on a couple of spots where Grandal has asked for it in X and he's thrown it to Y. Phillies trail at 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Dodgers scored an unearned run in their half of the first. Inside, 3-2. That's the pitch that he got Williams with. It just didn't get the plate this time. Alfaro waits on deck. If he comes up, the Phillies will have this game tied or have the lead.
I hope he comes up with the lead.
I'm with you on that. Runners go and a strike 3 call. Well, he went back to the same spot, but this time got it toward the plate. And 3 strikeouts in the inning for Maeda. The Phillies leave him loaded. Pitch count is high after the first. We'll go to the second. Not give them the protection they deserve. The State Farm agent is here to help with the right home and auto coverage and discounts too. Talk to a Philadelphia area State Farm agent or call 800 State Farm. Odubel goes down looking on strikes. Now we go to the second. Chase Utley leads it off. Here's that last pitch. Well, the shadow was over the plate, and so was the baseball.
Yes, it was. Great pitch by Maeda.
Grandal lifted it just a little bit, but it was a strike. All right, so Utley leads things off in the second, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Chase hitting .235 with 8 home runs and 33 runs batted in.
Did you see the one he hit in San Francisco off of, I believe it was Cueto? I mean, it was way out into McCovey Cove.
Oh, no, I didn't see it.
Man. Has Murph ever been in the kayak out there?
Yes.
I'd love to have seen that.
I think he's going to do it. Murph, you're doing it next year, aren't you? Isn't that what you said? You're going back out on the kayak next year?
I would like to. Yeah, it's been a while. I think I did that my second season. So.
You wear like the full wetsuit?
No. Nope. Just wore whatever shirt Tom told me to wear.
That's exactly right.
You are such an obedient man, Murph.
Aren't I?
Well trained.
When it fits his schedule.
You know, John, there are kayaks for 2.
Oh dear, that would be priceless.
Are you trying to say that I'm so fat I need 2? 2-seater?
I wasn't. Well, no, I wasn't trying to say that.
All right. Then I forgive you.
Okay.
1-2 to Utley. And he goes after that breaking ball. The strikeout is recorded. First one of the day for Leiter. So with 1 out, it'll bring Yasmani Grandal to the plate.
Now this is what happens when you get a little older. You start cheating for the fastball and you get way out in front of the breaking ball.
And I assume there are times where you can hold up, but a lot of times.
Yeah. Less pain if you just keep swinging.
Try to get me over curveball there.
Grandal would have had 2 home runs the other night if that wind wasn't whipping in.
Yes, he would have.
That one he hit to right center. I thought that was way out. It's been a well executed game so far.
Well, everybody's still rubbing the morning dew from their eyes.
Simple pitch and catch seems to be a struggle.
Three balls and no strikes. A couple of close pitches. I know it looked like he may have missed the spot presented by Alfaro, but they look pretty good. But it's ball 4.
Yeah, that shouldn't matter. It should matter.
Shouldn't matter.
If it's a strike, it's a strike no matter where the catcher catches it. Doesn't matter where he catches it, it's where it crosses home plate.
Logan Forsythe hitting .226. He's 3 for 16 on this road trip, including 0 for 3 in this series. It's 5 in a row out of the strike zone now by Leiter, and Alfaro's going to go out.
The pace of this game could keep the meeting the family for pizza afterwards on the back burner.
Yeah, but here's the good thing about pizza. You can always have it as a leftover.
You're a very smart and deep man, Tom McCarthy.
Yeah. Highest strikeouts per 9 innings. Leiter is at 11.2 per 9 innings. He only has the 1 today. There's a strike, 1-1. Ground ball to third. Diving stop. Crawford from his knees. There's 1. And that's all they'll get, but that's good enough for now. 5-4 on the putout. There are 2 outs. A fielder's choice for Forsythe. And Kenta Maeda is coming up.
That shortstop athleticism comes into play right here for J.P. Crawford. Full extension, great, and a great throw to Cesar. If Cesar could have got that out of his glove quickly, they might have had a chance to double up Forsythe, but what a great play by J.P. Crawford. Could have been dangerous with, if that ball gets past him, you have to think it's first and second and only one out. Maeda would be bunting. Now 2 outs and he has to swing the bat.
Outside 1-0.
He's got the leg kick like a lot of the Japanese hitters do. When I did the Little League World Series, a lot of those Japanese kids have the same leg kick.
Arms up like that too.
Yeah.
Does have 3 professional home runs, 1 in Japan, or excuse me, 2 in Japan, 1 here in the States. Overall hitting 128 in the big leagues with 1 home run and 8 runs batted in. Hit sharply out to short on 1 hop. And Galvis will throw the short way to second. I think he thought about going across the diamond.
Save his arm.
Fielder's choice, 6-4 on the putout, 1.5 in the books. We're on to the bottom of the second. We'll see Alfaro and then Crawford. Sunday, October 1st, when the Phillies take on the New York Mets. A free PGW 2018 schedule fathead to all fans coming out to the ballpark. Plus, fans 14 and under will receive the Phillies Fun Spinner. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. There'll be plenty of surprises and prizes as well. Well, Jorge Alfaro will lead things off as we go to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Alfaro, Crawford, and Mark Leiter. Logan Forsythe will move from shortstop to third base. Chris Taylor moves to shortstop. There's Taylor. Austin Barnes is in at second base, so that means Utley moves over to first base. And it means Bellinger moves from first base to center field. It's like a spring training game. There's Bellinger. Alfaro bounces one, foul. Alfaro on the year hitting .295 with 4 home runs. I think we got all the changes now.
Taylor's at short.
Right.
Forsythe went to third.
Yep.
And
Barnes is at second.
Barnes is at second.
And he'll hit second. And Utley's at first. And Bellinger's in center. That ball is rocketed foul. Just foul.
Oh, that's a lot of moves for one guy having to come out of the game. And we hope he's all right. Hey, you hate to have, that's the biggest fear when you have a chance. I mean, they're going to get into postseason, but when you get into postseason and, near the end of the season, you have an injury. Like I said, he's their best hitter.
Well, and you couple that, and that's why Seager had X-rays on his ankle after last night's ball game, because they're just from a precautionary standpoint. Fly ball out towards center field, and Bellinger is there, shading his eyes from the sun, and one away. And J.P. Crawford's coming up.
All these changes, I'm gonna run out of ink.
You need a little white out. Crawford 8 for 26 on this homestand. Maeda was the first call that Yu Darvish made when he was traded from the Rangers to the Dodgers, just to get an idea of what kind of clubhouse he was coming into. They had never played together over in Japan, but knew each other well. And Maeda was happy to welcome in his fellow countrymen to the Dodgers rotation.
He probably got tired of just talking to the translator all the time.
So now he has Darvish and Darvish's translator.
Like you see Andres tries to get Kim going all the time. And it's comical to watch.
Very funny. Crawford fouls it away. It's 1-2. Popped him up. Forsythe in foul territory and makes the catch. 2 outs. Yeah, that brings Mark Leiter up. Don't miss a second of the rest of the Phil's season, including this 3-game series coming up in Atlanta. Just download the NBC Sports app for all your all-access pass to the Philly teams you love. All right, so 2 outs, and here is Leiter. Low, 1 ball and no strikes. Two 2-0. Leiter hitting .095. Starters had a home run competition the other day before BP. I think they were happy with the addition of Henderson Alvarez in one of the groups, because he can hit it a long way.
Yeah, he's got a good swing. That would, I mean, 2-0, go down to a knee.
Yeah. Well, he was working on a leg kick the other day, Mark Leiter.
That probably didn't work out well.
I don't know if Matt really wanted him to continue with that. It was on the suggestion of Ben Lively.
Ben can hit.
Yeah. I think Lively suggested the leg kick. Lively may have suggested something else, and maybe it was Leiter that just decided on leg kick. 3-2. Bouncer back toward the middle, and waiting for it is Taylor. The inning is over. 6-3 on the putout. Nothing across for the Phils. We have completed 2. We'll go on to the third. Dodgers 1, Phillies nothing. Up the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the Fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, John, the question is, what pitcher holds the Dodgers franchise record for most consecutive strikeouts in a ball game? This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Well, while you chop on that, let's wish a happy 100th birthday to Evelyn McKee, who is enjoying a day at the ballpark. Happy birthday, Evelyn.
Yes, indeed. Happy birthday.
Man, that is fantastic. And we appreciate the fact that she is sharing her 100th birthday here at Citizens Bank Park with the Phillies.
Oh, where else would you want to have it?
It's a beautiful day.
Beautiful day. The team's playing good.
3 weeks into September, and it feels like the weather temperature is in early August. Time now for our Hyundai defensive plays of the game. We're going to lean on J.P. Crawford a couple times.
Yeah, the line drive off the bat of Bellinger kept Taylor from scoring. That was a rocket hit right at him. And then this diving play right here to really keep the Dodgers from a potential big inning. Thought he could have turned a double play. Cesar couldn't get out of the glove, but J.P. Crawford flashing some leather. And those are our defensive plays of the game, brought to you by Hyundai, your local Hyundai dealers. I got that iPad she holds up right in front of me, and I don't read it.
Got to read it. Look, there's Cindy Webster with a camera. Taking some photos.
Of who? The field, the team, the players. Where is she?
I think she's out in center field. There she is. She's out in Ashburn Alley. If anybody follows Cindy, Cindy is from WIP, WOGL. She has more photos than anybody in the history of photos.
More than that Kodak guy?
More than the Kodak guy. Over to third, Crawford. He's got it in time to get Taylor. And one away. And that'll bring Austin Barnes to the plate. Barnes up for the first time after Justin Turner was hit by a pitch. Look at some of the numbers for the Dodgers since the middle of August, the 15th of August. The Dodgers, who have the best record in baseball, are 13-22. Barnes takes a strike. Cleveland during that time is 31-5. And because of that, the Indians, who are in Anaheim to play the Angels tonight, They're only a game behind the Dodgers for the best record in all of baseball and home field advantage throughout the postseason. If they, make their way to the World Series.
Yeah, but they're not headed into the postseason on a high note.
No.
But they still got, how many games are left? Like 8?
10.
10.
The other thing about the Dodgers, I mean, their pitching can flip a switch and be dominant.
They just better hope that Turner's not seriously hurt.
I would agree with that. In the dirt, 2-2. There have been teams in baseball history that have struggled going into the postseason. They were 91-36 through the 25th of August and 5-20 since that time. Oof. Their ERA is high, not averaging as many runs per game. And a strike 3 call. Got a breaking ball on the outer edge. Second strikeout for Leiter, and 2 outs for Bellinger. RBI Baseball 2017 is out now for Xbox One, PS4, iOS, and Android. Enjoy fast-paced pick up and play MLB action, packed with all your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and much more. Your breakout MLB season is here. You better come ready to play. Learn more at rbigame.com. Bellinger takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Here's another concern. If Turner's out for a while, you hope that if you're a Dodger fan, that Cody Bellinger doesn't try to take it upon himself to be, to carry the team.
Line drive out to center field. That'll be a base hit for him, his 5th of the series. Yeah, that does have a tendency to happen. You get tighter and tighter, particularly for a young player.
It was a weird swing, though. It looks like he does what I was told coming up the opposite. I was told to look away and react in. It looks like he looks in and reacts away. The way he just kind of punched that ball to center field.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, just from watching his path, his home run path on a, it has 38.
Now you have to watch him stealing because he's a center fielder now. So.
Yeah.
First baseman, you anchor yourself to the base. Center field, you got to run. I mean, you got to go. Puig is way off the plate now.
He is.
He really struggled the last couple of years with that fastball in. Fastball in, slider away, which is the way you'd like to pitch everyone, but
I believe he disagreed with Scott Barry on that pitch.
That doesn't endear yourself to the umpire when you turn around and look in your dugout after a called strike. It looked like a good pitch, though.
It did look like a good pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Brian Onora, and it's 1-2. Today's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box.
And normally, Yasiel Puig will be a guy that will expand the strike zone, so you don't have to throw him a strike. Got a couple to work with. Try to make him get himself out in this situation.
Tapper foul, and it remains 1-2.
I also think it's kind of telling with just exactly the issues going on with Adrian Gonzalez that he didn't come into this game.
Back toward the middle, a base hit. It was a breaking ball that was hung out over the plate, a slider. And Bellinger will stop at second. That puts runners on first and second with 2 men down, and Curtis Granderson will be the hitter.
Well, he got ahead in the count and he threw pitches that Puig had to swing at because they were strikes. Didn't expand the strike zone with him like you can.
All right, so Alfaro out to talk to Leiter here in the third. Curtis Granderson, who grounded out his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. Cesar is back in that same spot where he fielded the ground ball in Granderson's initial at bat. Fastball, and it's 0-1. I think he surprised him with that pitch.
It looked like Curtis was going off speed first pitch, guessing. Two for 21 in the series with runners in scoring position.
It's amazing that the Phillies pitching has been able to quiet them so much. But the Phillies pitching staff has been better in the second half of the year, particularly the bullpen. And those were key moments with runners in scoring position where the bullpen kept them quiet.
Hobie Milner last night had a little glitch, but
to the right side, and it's kicked off the glove of Hoskins. Rounding third, heading for home is Bellinger. The throw to the plate, not in time. Going to second is Granderson. Nobody's there, and it's 2-0 Dodgers. That's going to wind up being the second error of the day for the Phillies.
Yeah, and if Reese lets it go, it's right to Cesar. The Cesar playing so deep, you know he's going to get to it. When you watch here, I mean, Granderson hits the ball hard again, but you see where Cesar was, you see where Reese was. Reese goes right to the base. It's a 4-3. They gave that a base hit.
I guess they did. Gonna have to do a little cleanup.
Yeah, and give Granderson credit too with the shift on, and Freddie had to go out and get that ball. No one covered second because Crawford had to stay at third because Puig was going there. Granderson gets into second. Now you have 2 more guys in scoring position.
Well, it turns out to be a single and an RBI. Outside, 1-0. Utley pulls it foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's kind of reminiscent of some of the games in the first half of the season.
I was just thinking the same thing. Yep.
Striking out with men in scoring position.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 1 error and 1 unearned run, but that should have been an error on Reese.
Yeah,
I mean, it was as long as Leiter was going over to cover.
Yeah, if Reese tells you that He couldn't have caught that ball. He was just trying to make an effort on it.
Right.
I think he understands. He should have had that.
Yeah, he had it. It rolled off his glove and just clipped out to shallow right.
But again, that's another situation. You're playing first base. You know Cesar's so deep back there. He's going to get to that ball.
Broken back ground ball. Hoskins has this one. Flips the lighter covering. 3-1 on the putout. So the Dodgers score a second run. This one's an earned run. We've played 2.5. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 Dodgers on top of the Phillies. To you by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEF-NOW or visit jeffersonhealth.org. 2-0 Dodgers on top on a warm, sunshiny afternoon here in South Philadelphia. Dodgers got a run on 3 hits in the third. Now the Phillies go to work in the bottom of the third. And Cesar, who walked his first time up, takes the first pitch, and it's 1-0. Mentioned before about the Dodgers record since the 15th of August, that it's 13-22. How about the Phillies since the 15th? They're 18-18. And a win today would move them to the 500 mark in the second half of the season. I mean, it's remarkable considering where they were in the first half before the All-Star break. Tapper foul, 1-2.
I think what you see in the second half has been, and look, no fault of Pete McCannon whatsoever, but guys hurt, guys are unsure, you know, if they could play up here. So lineups were switched, and that's a good start.
Yep. Out toward right center. Puig has gotten to it. Cesar hustling. Puig's throw on one hop off the glove of Taylor. And a double for Cesar.
Puig did everything he could. He got to it quick. He came up throwing. Longer hop to Taylor, then I think Cesar's out. But the short hop, Taylor tried the short hop, scoop and tag right there, and it bounces off his glove, and Cesar with a nice head first slide gets in there. A work for one right here. Freddie's got to do a job.
Yep. The Phils had the bases loaded in the first inning. They actually had first and second with nobody out. Then 2 strikeouts, a walk loaded the bases, and then another strikeout, and they were unable to score. Freddie takes low, 1-0. One and one. Freddie singled his first time up. He's now 10 for 35 in this homestand. His average of 255. As John said, though, his job is to get Cesar over to third base. Outside, 2-1.
I mean, if he wants to trade places with Cesar, we're all for that too.
Absolutely.
There I am.
Yeah, you are. Wonder what number that guy's wearing. Looked like 19.
Could be any one of 4.
Could be 11. There was not a 2 there, though. Back toward the middle. And Taylor has it. They do get the runner over to third. 6-3 on the putout. One away. And Nick Williams is coming up.
A productive at bat right there by Freddie. You can see that pitch was running away from him, but he's trying to pull it at top hand. Rolled over to try to get that pull swing going, put that bat angle so he's hitting it to the right side. Luckily, he got that ball to bounce over the head of Maeda. If not, then Cesar might have been. You see the pitch right there. It's running away. But watch that top hand, how Freddie rolls over that top hand to try to get that barrel so he can pull it. Luckily, it did bounce over Maeda's head, or else Cesar couldn't advance.
All right, Nick Williams struck out his last time up. 6 strikeouts in this series. That one's hit well out toward left field. Granderson's going back to the wall. It is gone! Opposite field, home run, and we're tied up at 2. Nicely done, Nick Williams. Nicely done.
I was just going to say, got to look for breaking ball right here, because first pitch, you know he's hunting the fastball. Everyone in the ballpark knew he was hunting the fastball. What was that, a changeup?
I think it was a changeup, yeah.
Changeup, but something off speed that Nick can get the barrel to. And that's a beautiful thing.
And Michelle Dutkowitz of Glendora, you've just won $100 thanks to Nick Williams in the McDonald's home run jackpot. And now Reese Hoskins, the hitter, in the 2-2 game. 0-1. Since his arrival, the Phillies are 19-22. I know we're throwing a lot of numbers at you, but hey, listen, we've all enjoyed it. It's been better baseball, and you know he's a big reason why. Not only because of his approach, but also because of some of the hits that he's picked up during that stretch. Opposite way, caught by Utley.
Uh-oh, Chase.
What was he doing?
I think it stung his hand so much he thought it should be worth 2 outs. I think that one got him. I'm sure that the Dodgers were playing a little better. I'm sure there'd be some little things said to him. But
yeah. His buddy Corey Seager might say something.
And talk about defensive placement. One guy on the right side, and Reese hits it right at him. Yeah, Chase, there's only 2.
There's Aaron Altair, who walked his first time up. Inside, 1-0. Well, Murph, we're not in the back end of a ball game, but the back end of the ball game has been pretty good to Aaron Altair.
Yeah, he might want to fast forward to the 7th inning in just about every ball game. You're right about that, Tom. He's homered obviously in 3 straight games, as you guys mentioned. 2 of those gave the Phillies the lead or tied the ball game in this series. And, you know, being clutch is just something that Aaron Altair has been able to do not only this season, but his entire career. If you take a look at his numbers, how about this? He has 19 home runs this season. 11 of them have come after or in the 7th or after. And, you know, you talk to some of the players about being clutch. That one is just foul. And, you know, they say, you know, first and foremost, you got to want to be in those moments. And I think Aaron Altherr is a guy that certainly wants to be in those moments. And throughout his career, he's come up with some big hits late in games, big home runs late in games, driving in runs late in games. He is one of those guys that likes to be in those moments.
Yeah, and I think what Aaron said earlier today in our Geico quote of the day, and what he was saying even this morning in the clubhouse, is that he just feels calm right now at the plate. And I think that goes a long way. It's a hard game. And when you feel relaxed, let's say even more so than usual, you're going to have more success. Pulls that one to third. A month or so ago, before the injury, he might have been able to make that even a little closer. But he's thrown out. And the Fanatic and everybody else at the ballpark happy that Nick Williams came to play today. His 2-run home run has tied it up as we go to the fourth. The fourth inning. And Yasmani Grandal will lead it off. It's a strike, 0-1. Grandal, his first time up, walked. One ball and one strike.
At least we had a few hard hit balls that last inning off Maeda.
Yep.
Got someone warmed up in the pen.
That's interesting. I mean, his pitch count is high.
But not fourth inning.
No, not fourth inning high.
Not to come out to pitch the bottom of the fourth.
Over to first base. And Hoskins keeps the glove down, makes the play, one away.
Yeah, I wonder if this is if we have someone on.
Maybe.
Take a shot, but it's going to be interesting to see who comes out to the on deck circle.
Bob Guerin's looking in right now to get somebody up there.
So when the players leave games, like the visitors, do they watch us?
Yes. I mean, they can watch their own feed if they have the same setup we do with Kevin Camasholi. But the home feed is usually on in the clubhouse. Over to third base, picked by J.P. Crawford. Man, He does have good hands. I have to admit, we saw JP in spring training play shortstop. We didn't see him a whole lot, and he did not look this comfortable hands-wise. And obviously you watch him for a long period of time, you really get a better assessment, but he's been really good.
They are hitting for him.
Well, Alex Verdugo is going to hit for Maeda. Well, maybe there's something wrong.
Boy,
he's shaking his head. Dave Roberts shaking his head.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like they were looking for someone. Maybe they were looking for Verdugo and they couldn't find him.
Yeah, they definitely were looking for
happen.
somebody.
He doesn't look happy, though, does he?
He does not look happy. Usually the effervescent Dave Roberts. He's done a very good job in just 2 years. He has a lot of good players, but he's done a really good job. So Verdugo, 176 here in the big leagues. He pinch hit the other night.
We get something on Maeda. See why?
Can't imagine it's just to take him out.
Yeah.
The Leiter's falling behind 3-0. In there, 3-1. Yeah, just 3 innings for Maeda today. Out toward left field, right at Altair, and the inning is over. All right, so 4 in the books for Leiter. He's now allowed 2 unearned runs because of the scoring change. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Dodgers 2, Phillies 2. WB Mason delivers all the brands you need to keep your facility running, like Scott products that deliver superior value and an optimum balance of quality and affordability. All delivered for free by who? Who but WB Mason. What a bright sunshiny day here at Citizens Bank Park. It's a good day to be out and enjoying some baseball. The Phils and the Dodgers tied at 2. And Luis Avilan will take over out on the mound for the Dodgers. Well, if we hear anything on Justin Turner, we'll let you know. If we hear anything on Kenta Maeda, we'll let you know. It's a very early shower for Maeda. 3 innings, 3 hits. And Avilan, 2-3 with a 3.00 earned run average. I mean, this is a Dodgers team. Seager's not in the lineup today, I think partly because of the foul ball last night, but he's also got other issues that they're dealing with. They're managing and want to manage through the last couple weeks or last week of the season, which is understandable. Turner's out after being hit by the pitch in the thumb, and now Maeda leaves after 3. As Odubel leads it off, and Odubel grounds it foul past the feet of Mickey Morandini. Ooh, nice snag.
Tell you what, it must be getting late in the season. The effort of Mickey Morandini at first base has really gone downhill. 100 hopper, he bobbles it. That one's hit hard, and he moves out of the way. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing to the organization.
And by the time you come back next week, he's not going to have forgotten that. The 1 is flicked down the left field line out of play.
I walked in there the other day, and he came over and pinched me.
Did he?
Oh,
is that what it's come down to?
It hurt.
0-2 to Odubel. Murph, you got an update on Justin Turner?
We do indeed. Now, it's good news for the Dodgers. Right thumb contusion, they are saying, but the X-rays that they took on his hand were negative. So that,
all right, good.
That certainly is good news for them. Hopefully
Thank
just
goodness.
a couple days.
Thank goodness. Like I said, you lose one of your big bats this close to the postseason. Could be devastating.
Swing and a miss. So Odubel strikes out. His last couple of games have not been particularly sound offensively. And 1 out here in the 4th. 2-3 on the put out. And Jorge Alfaro is coming up.
I guess Murph has more work to do, right? He has to find out what the deal is with Maeda.
Yeah, Murph, when you ask about Maeda, ask how Corey Seager's feeling, too.
I will be sure to do that.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Now, Farrell flied out to center.
Or we can get the Fanatic to ask Alana Rizzo.
I don't think they're on speaking terms at this point.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, I don't think that ended well.
But it was a nice setup.
He tried.
He never did that with you.
No.
Got to get Phoebe out there for you.
That would be really nice.
Is there a female Gallipolis thing or gang or whatever?
Bessie.
Of course there is. Can't believe you know their names.
Well, they're on so often, John.
Okay.
It would be rude not to acknowledge them.
So what, my 3rd or 4th year into this venture with the Phillies, I'll learn who they are?
I think you'll know it by next year. I feel that. I feel
tell
it.
you what, we can lay down a heavy bet there.
0-2.
I'll even give you odds.
Outside, 1-2. Why is she not happy with the Fanatic? Well, here's the reason. He tried. His glass of water went all over her legs, along with the vase with water in it. Troy was trying to be such a good waiter, too. All dressed up with nowhere to go.
You had a nice suit on today when you came in.
I did.
4?
New headshots we were getting taken.
You needed a tie for that?
Yeah.
And Larry came in. He had to get one.
Yep.
In a golf shirt.
Correct. Well, I don't think I needed the tie. I think I assumed I needed the tie.
Stay classy, my friends.
Fly ball to right field. Puig is there, makes the catch, and there are 2 outs. And J.P. Crawford is coming up. I think Larry should have worn the shirt that he's going to wear to Atlanta tonight for his headshot.
Yeah, it was funny because my son said I would wear that shirt.
Yes, I'm sure he would.
No, you wouldn't, because we wouldn't buy you that shirt. It looked like, if people can remember back into the 70s,
right?
It looked like the Partridge Family's bus.
It did look like the Partridge Family bus. I don't think he's wearing it now. I think he's got his golf shirt back on.
No, he put it on.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. And he thought, he looked in the mirror and he goes, I look really good today.
There it is.
There it is.
Wow, it is colorful.
Last day of summer. I guess he's going to dial it up, huh? Last trip.
Yeah, last trip of the year.
Last trip of the year. That's what I told him. I said, last trip of the year, and you're going to wear that ugly thing?
Man, he has really cleaned himself up these last couple of years.
I should doodle on it.
You should doodle on it. Inside and low, 1-2. There we go.
I mean, look, he's got like pastel stuff there. Now that could be gravy down here somewhere. They're a little gravy, but you know, look at this. I mean, look at that. Look, open. He's got the big chain. Let's draw a little chain. I mean, he's got it all working. Look at that, huh? Look, here's the chain. There's the chain. Look, hair getting thicker. Look, I'll just get it thick right there. Look at that, huh?
3-2. So he doesn't know if we're talking about his hair or if we're talking about his shirt. We've befuddled him. I think he just said, what is wrong with him? Oh, Pop never looked so good.
And JJ with his typical bland. Look at this. Gray. Come on. Sport something else. You got a rainbow setting beside you, a kaleidoscope beside you, and you're going to wear bland gray with sunglasses. Sunny in the booth today. Oh, my gosh. He's covered too much hockey. Brain's frozen.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Crawford. And a bouncer foul. John, just so you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to surprise you with this or anything like that, but we're wearing gray also today.
Yeah, but we're wearing, at least we have a red P.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And a little white in a collar.
Yep.
See, look, I mean, we got all this working. White, the red P.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it makes Murph's eyes pop too when he wears gray. JJ's black eyes, black eyeballs, you know, that darkness that he possesses.
Poor JJ.
Yeah, I'm going to make him more nervous.
A 2-out walk to Crawford, and Leiter's coming up. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. And by McDonald's. Enjoy a cold soft drink or freshly brewed hot coffee for only $1. I'm loving it. Here at Citizens Bank Park, final game of this 4-game series between the Phillies and the Dodgers. The Phillies try to get to the 500 mark since the All-Star break. They've won 8 of 11 and are 32-33 since the break. Ground ball to second base. Barnes throws out Leiter. 4-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. We'll head to the 5th inning. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Phillies 2. 2018 season ticket plan deposits. Full and partial plans available to fit your needs and schedule. Preferred locations and discounted pricing are as compared to individual tickets. Go to Phillies.com/season deposit for more information and to secure your seats.
And don't change the channel, folks. This is not the WWE. This is Phillies baseball. There just happen to be some big men out there at Ashburn.
Yes, there are.
And that Philly cheesesteak right there is going to lose the battle.
And lose it quickly. He's got some sunblock on.
I think I did see those two when I was walking my son around the concourse. They were getting sunblock.
And were they taller than you?
Well, they were below me, but yes, they were.
Yeah.
I was up in the thing, like a loft thing or whatever that catwalk thing is.
On the way to the suite level?
Yeah.
Mark Leiter begins the top of the 5th inning. We're tied up at 2. Leiter will face the top of the order. It'll be Chris Taylor, Austin Barnes.
I haven't heard anything from Larry yet.
Well, he can't come off the air. He could have come over in between innings.
I think it takes a while to get that shirt in motion. I mean, I'm sure you have to unplug it.
He was very proud of it today.
Oh, my gosh.
Very proud of it.
And I think he was more proud that a 15-year-old said, man, I'd wear that shirt.
I am sure he was.
I said, the only time you can wear that shirt is at my funeral, so I can't see it.
0-1 pitch to Taylor. In the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up and away. 2-1 to Taylor.
This hasn't been a real crisp game, is it? Has
No, not for a 2-2 ball game. And with only 6 hits combined. Popped him up. Out near second base, Galvis, Hernandez. It'll be Cesar. And 1 away. Justin Turner's coming up.
Barnes.
I'm sorry, Austin Barnes is coming up.
Larry's shirt's got you befuddled,
No,
doesn't
I have
it?
Barnes written in here too, and I said at the beginning of the inning it'll be Taylor, Barnes, and Bellinger.
I wasn't paying attention.
But I didn't cross it out and make the adjustment in the scorebook.
You got like 8 different colored pens.
Yep. That's on me.
Picked the wrong one. My bad.
My bad. 0-1 to Barnes. He struck out looking his only time up. Inside off the glove of Alfaro. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Barnes' hot spots are not surprising. It's middle in is the main one. But then down and away, he seems to be able to drive the baseball the other way from those spots. If you're going to get him, you got to get it up in the zone a little bit. Curveball, 1-2. Now that's a good breaking ball.
It might have been the best one he's thrown today. It's been a struggle for Mark. Again, give him credit. Only giving up 3 hits and 2 runs. And both runs are unearned, right?
Yes. Another curveball swung out and missed. 2 outs. What did they say, foul ball? He must have said foul ball. That's not a foul ball.
That is not a foul ball. Is that? Can you check that?
You can check it as long as, well, you can't check. You can check the count to make sure that that's right, but you can't check a foul tip.
Tell you what, you got to give Barnes credit for a young player. He sold it good.
Yeah, it's being scored a foul ball. That's what. Yeah. That was not a foul ball. Left side, J.P. Crawford picks it again, throws on the run. Wow, he is putting together all by himself a highlight reel play over third base today.
And you remember the bare hand one the other day.
Yes.
Yeah, he catches this ball behind him. Watch this big hop, second hop with a lot of top spin, and it stayed down too. It hit and didn't bounce up. It kind of hit the lip and skidded on him, and he stayed with it, caught it behind him, and the athleticism of J.P. Crawford on full display defensively here today.
Out toward left field, Altair comes sprinting over toward the line and gets there. Bellinger's retired, so are the Dodgers. Nothing across for Los Angeles. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Leiter. Top of the order's due up when we come back. The highest mark among second basemen in all minor league baseball. In Reading, he had 3 errors. In Lehigh Valley, he had 3 errors with similar chances. Turned 75 double plays across 2 levels. I asked Dusty Wathan, his manager in AAA, I said, can he really pick it? And he said, oh, he is outstanding. He said he's got a really good arm, too, for second baseman. It's a peek inside the press box here at Citizens Bank Park, the second level.
Is that us?
No. It's in the press box.
Well, what the heck are we in?
Well, we're in the TV booth in the press box. That's where the members of the.
It's where the important people sit. We're the important people?
Yeah, we are. We have our own booth.
We are amazing.
It is nice to be important.
Well,
Here we go. Press box. Let's see who cast of characters are in there today.
I don't know, but I forgot to get my hot dog again.
You got time now. It's the bottom of the 5th.
I went in there the other day, yesterday. What inning was it? 6th, and it didn't have any.
Oh, really?
No.
I bet you some of those guys ate them. Cesar has been on base twice. He's walked and he's doubled. Facing Josh Fields, who's taking over for Luis Avilan. Kenta Maeda went 3 innings, allowed 3 hits and 2 earned runs, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Fouled away. And now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Tell you what, Fields got a good arm, doesn't he?
He does.
97. He's got a big hook too, we might see right here. He has the big 12-6 curveball, doesn't he?
He does. Former first-round pick of the Mariners.
Quite the beard.
Second-round pick of the Braves before that. And it's 2-2. It is remarkable. This bullpen for the Dodgers, which has been good for most of this year, here in September. 0-7 with an ERA of 7.29. Last in all of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, way too many good arms down there for that.
Well, and they haven't even been able to get to Kenley Jansen, who is one of the best closers in baseball. Out to left field. Granderson comes in. He's going to have to play it on a hop, but Cesar's 2 for 2. And Freddie Galvis is coming up. Hey, if you want to go on a cruise, the Phillies have one lined up just for you. January 2nd through January 8th of next year. 6-night stay in the Western Caribbean aboard the Celebrity Reflection. Go to Phillies.com/Phillies Vacations for more info. The Bull's going to be on the cruise, so is Tommy Green, and the Fanatic will be there as well. Freddie Galvis, who is 1 for 2, he'll stand in. Over to first base, diving stop Utley. His flip to second pulls Taylor off the bag, and everybody is safe. Fielder's choice for Galvis. And Chase will be charged with an error, his 5th of the season. And Nick Williams is coming up. He provided us with our T-Mobile home run replay.
Yeah, change up by Maeda, knowing that Nick hunts that fastball first pitch, and he waited back on it and drove that thing out the left field to tie this ball game up. And it's our home run replay brought to you by T-Mobile. Hopefully, with first and second now and no outs. You think about the walk to J.P. Crawford the inning before. Battled, foul balls off, ended up working a walk from Avilan. Turns the lineup back over. Now you have first and second, no outs. You would have had to think if there was one out that Chase probably would have just taken that ball to first and got the second out.
All right, so Williams went the opposite way as last time up. He has 20 RBIs this month. And he takes a fastball, and it's 0-1.
Nick might have been looking for something else. Usually that's the one he just lets fly on.
He might have been thinking there was going to be something soft coming up. 11 home runs, 50 RBIs for Williams, and he fights it off foul. And it's 0-2.
Yeah, we're probably about a inning, maybe.
From it getting tougher?
Maybe going into the 7th. Yeah, where shadows are going to start creeping in.
Inside, 1-2.
Good pitch right there by Fields. Now you have to think that he can go either way, a fastball up and away or that breaking ball. Because that breaking ball is that big 12-6. Starts on the same plane as that last high and tight fastball.
Out of the way.
Staying with the heat, huh?
It's interesting. Got him. Boy, he just went one fastball after another.
Well, he hasn't pitched in a while, so he's feeling pretty good with it.
Yes, 16th of September was his last outing. That was in the Washington series over the weekend. Rhys Hoskins is coming up. Murph, you got a cold hard facts?
I do indeed. It's brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Rhys Hoskins has walked 31 times this season through 40 games. He's the first Philly player to draw at least 30 walks in his first 40 career games since 1923, when the great Heine Sand did it. He's also the first in the big leagues since Carlos Santana did it in 2010. You remember Heine Sand?
The great Heine Sand. Long time ago.
So many places we can go with this that probably better being mute about it.
John Henry Sands.
Yeah, I can see where you get Heine out of that.
We're going to find out how he got it out of it.
Yeah.
Hoskins takes low, 2-0. Hoskins today is 0 for 2. He lined out at Utley his last time up, struck out his first time. 2 balls, no strikes. Out toward left center field. That's going to split the gap and go to the wall. 1 run will score. Here comes Galvis burning around third, heading home. He'll score. It's a 2-run double for Hoskins, and the Phillies take a 4-2 lead. '45 RBIs for Hoskins since his arrival on the 10th of August.
Rhys Hoskins has been watching Josh Fields. He's very happy with his fastball as well. He should be upper 90s. Hoskins just gets that baby started early and rips one into that gap. And well, we said it can't be Hoskins and Altera every night, but maybe it can.
Maybe it can. Well, he's in scoring position now. A little of emotion from Rhys. And now Aaron Altera. Altera is 0 for 1. Outside 1-0. And now a meeting on the mounds.
And there's some grazing going on out there.
Yes, sir. I saw Bolt today. He was down in the garage.
Did he mention about our wishing him and Jean a happy 48th wedding anniversary?
He did not, actually.
Huh. That's why he probably had her out to a nice dinner and a show.
Yeah, out in the Ashburn Alley. Here you go, Gene. Here's some ribs.
Tell you what, I'd take it.
Would be the worst thing. There he is.
He is.
Some popcorn. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I wonder if you can put barbecue sauce on popcorn.
Oh man, that's like the candle idea all over again.
Sometimes it just comes. It just pops up in my head. I can't explain it.
Well, I think he would be the man you can ask.
Just a light coating of.
1 ball and 1 strike to Altera. Trying to check his swing. It's 1-2.
We haven't seen the curveball from Fields, have we?
No, we've just seen the slider earlier. Got him. 98 miles an hour. Just throwing some cheese. 2 strikeouts in the inning. So a runner at second now for Odubel Herrera. Odubel needs a hit here. 0 for 2 in today's ball game. 2 for 13 in the series. Not a good night last night offensively. inside, 1-0. And Hoskins heads back. Odubel grabbing his leg.
I don't think that was a set play, but a pitch up and in's usually a good one for a catcher to throw on. But
we got Taylor and Barnes at shortstop and second. A little different combination.
and they're both stayed in the grass.
Opposite way. Granderson. He's under it and puts it away for the final out. But the Phillies do strike for two more. Rhys Hoskins to left center field. His two-run double gives the Phils a 4-2 lead as we go to the sixth inning here at Citizens Bank Park. Our Independence Blue Cross Philly of the week hit his first career Grand Slam in September of 2015. Aaron Altair did so while circling the bases at Nationals Park. As it turned out, it was an inside the park home run as well. Almost 2 years later, he hits slam number 2. This time the traditional way, but he did it against the best in baseball, handing Clayton Kershaw a loss and his first Grand Slam allowed in 288 career starts. A grand swing at a grand time. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. 4-2 as we go to the top of the sixth inning. That little fellow's enjoying himself a nice day at the ballpark, even if he doesn't realize it. He's got his Phillies garb on, a comfortable chair. Take a nap at any time.
We'll be putting Larry in one of those soon.
Oh.
A onesie, and get him a little chair he can just doze off in the middle of the game.
He does have his own special chair in there.
Oh, he's a special man.
Yes, he is. Puig is 1 for 1 with an RBI and a sac fly. One ball and one strike.
This hasn't been a quick developing game, has it?
No, it has not. We're 2 hours in, and we're here in the top of the sixth inning. And Mark finally has his pitch from Alfaro. Bouncing ball foul, and it's 1-2.
Assuming if this was football, there'd be a lot of delay of game penalties.
Yeah, there'd be flags everywhere.
And since I thought it was Sunday,
you have football on the mind.
Happily. I don't know why I thought it was Sunday.
Well, I do think the days kind of roll together sometimes during the baseball season. Swing and a miss. And Leiter picks up a strikeout of Puig. Well, after this 3-game series against the Atlanta Braves down in Atlanta, the Nationals will come to town Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. All 3 games are at 7:05. You can get tickets by going to Phillies.com. The Phils and the Nationals, the last time here in 2017. By the way, that is the third strikeout for Leiter in today's ball game. I mentioned that his strikeout per 9 innings is rather high, but today, well, he's pitching to a little contact. Granderson so far today is 0 for 2, but he lifts that one to right field and it's deep and it is gone. So he is now 1 for 3. His 6th home run with the Dodgers, 25th home run overall, and it's a 4-3 ball game.
They gave him an error on that one?
Yeah, they switched it to an error.
They switched it back.
Yep. So an error, no RBI, but he gets an RBI here in the solo shot.
Yep, the only one who's going to make an error on this one was a fan who tried to catch it. That's a nitro zone for Curtis Granderson. And most lefties down and in just drop the head. I mean, you see it wasn't a big overswing, but as soon as it left the bat, you knew it was gone.
All right, so now a 1-run game here in the 6th inning, and Chase Utley is the hitter with 1 man down. He's 0 for 2. He was the first strikeout victim. First pitch outside, 1-0. Two balls and no strikes. Mentioned the Dodgers' magic number is at 2 to clinch the division. The other race that has tightened up is obviously the second wild card spot. Milwaukee had a chance to pull into a dead heat last night with Colorado, but they blew their game. To the right side, Cesar. Glove side has it, spins, throws in time. 2 outs. Best records in baseball. We mentioned the Indians are right on the heels of the Dodgers. Indians are game back, but the Astros are there as well, and the Nationals, who, seemingly felt like after last weekend that their chance to have the best record was erased because the Dodgers won 2 of 3 against them. Well, they are now just 3.5 games behind Los Angeles. Yasmani Grandal. Curveball, and it's low, 1-0. Finishes low. Phillies do have bullpen action up behind Leiter, who is due to bat 3rd in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Is that Pinto?
It looks like Pinto, yep. See where Grandal sits as far as catchers go, along with Cameron Rupp. Last 2 years in home runs. They may use Pinto if he winds up walking Grandal, or if he gets on, they may bring him in. Just bring a different flavor into the ball game. That ball's pulled deep to right field, and it is off the top of the wall. And Williams can't handle it, so Grandal's going to second. The throw is...
Oh, what a play, Freddie.
Not in time. The ball came trickling out of Freddie's glove.
Wow.
Grandal thought it was a home run. It hit the top of the fence, it looked like. The umpires can look at this. The Dodgers are taking a peek at it first. That was a heck of a throw by Williams and a great recovery. And it hits the top of the fence. I think everybody can see it there. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, if that thing didn't bounce over Nick's head, that's a single.
Yes,
Grandal,
it is.
like he said, he thought he got it. Didn't really bust it out of the box to first base, and Sometimes you make a mistake when you don't bust out of the box, and then you all of a sudden you think, oh, it hit the fence. I should have a double, so you try to stretch it. Put it this way, good throw by Nick gets him. If it didn't short hop, I thought Freddie picked it and tagged it.
Boy, Nick has such a strong arm. Yeah, Freddie had it there and it rolled right off his glove. And there it is. He did have him though. All right, so runner at second, 1-run game here in the top of the 6th inning. And Leiter will face Logan Forsythe. Pito continues to warm up in the pen.
We missed having a tie game by about a foot, didn't we?
He drilled that ball too. Andre Ethier's come out of the on-deck circle. But it's Forsythe that's up now. Had a fastball and it's 0-1. 5 hits for each team. Up high, 1-1. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, this is all your fault. You have to stop saying that. You know, you can say all you want about cheesesteaks, that you want them, and ice cream and you want them. But when you want to know who the Galapagos gang is, you got to understand that they may come in at any point. And Calvin is hovering right now.
I didn't.
Yep, Bessie's in the background.
I didn't say I wanted to meet him.
Well, you wanted to be introduced. You wanted to know who they were.
I did not want to be introduced to him.
Sid is back there behind Pete. So here's Calvin right here. Calvin, that's John. Bessie's back there. Oh my gosh, they're going to destroy the set.
No kidding.
Out toward right field. Nick Williams is there and makes the catch. And the inning is over. Grandal is tagging from second, but he doesn't have to do that. He's just practicing. Well, we're going to need some repairs. John, that's Bessie.
Hi, Bessie.
Blue-footed booby. Uh-oh. Phillies up by 1. We'll be back. Your local Chevrolet dealers. By W.B. Mason. Who bought W.B. Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. And by Nissan. ShopChooseNissan.com. In case you missed it, there's Bessie. Our stage is getting destroyed. Bessie's us. I don't know what Bessie was doing. Iggy's got the chair in his tongue. I don't know what. Chrissy Long is saying, hey, we got to go. Then John got a chance to meet Iggy and Sid the Sea Lion. They left, John left.
I just want to see how they're going to get themselves out the door.
I think it's remarkable how they were able to get in and out of this room. Oh, man. All right, so here we go. Bottom of the 6th inning. Alfaro will lead it off against Walker Buehler. Two runs allowed for Josh Fields, 1 earned, 1 unearned. And here at the bottom of the 6th, it'll be Alfaro, Crawford, and then the pitcher's spot. The first pitch to Georgie is taken low, 1 ball and no strikes. That little guy. A lot of little ones here at the ballpark today. Ball and 1 strike. Walker Buehler is out of Vanderbilt. In fact, in 2014. He was a member of the the College World Series championship team. He started game 1 out in Omaha, which has to be a thrill. I mean, I know you want to play professional baseball, but it has got to be a thrill to be able to play in the College World Series. Now Alfaro lifts it out to center. Bellinger is out there, and he'll track it down for the first out. And 1 away. And J.P. Crawford will be coming up. He was selected with the 24th overall pick by the Dodgers in the 2015 drafts. Headed to the Major League roster for the first time this year.
Another Vanderbilt pitcher, huh?
Yeah.
David Price.
Started the year in Single A, made it to Double A, where he had 11 starts, and then eventually was promoted to Triple A, where he made 3 starts and then moved to the bullpen.
There's Wide, 99.
This is the Dodgers minor league pitcher of the year. Oh, man, 99 again. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1.
I wonder what that was, 93.
That had to be a slider, right?
I would think.
Because he is fastball slider. Two and 2. Tommy Joseph's come out of the on-deck circle. This young man was drafted in the 14th round out of high school, but then decided to go to Vanderbilt. Balls and 2 strikes.
He's got to be smart, right? He went to Vanderbilt.
Had a 4.3 GPA out of high school.
What?
Yeah, it's better than
4.
Yeah, well, it's better than it's better than perfect. It seems 4.3. JP fouls it away. Top prospects in the midseason reports for several publications.
You could add it up all 4 years of high school for me and I wouldn't have got a 4.3. And we had the same job. Isn't that something?
That's exactly right. Takes all kinds, John. Ball 4. Crawford walks. And Tommy Joseph is going to come up to pinch in. Time now for our Jeep Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. The question was, what pitcher holds the Dodgers franchise record for most consecutive strikeouts in a game?
You know, I started thinking how these Stump the Fan things work, and now that it's at the end of September, I think I've gotten it figured out.
Okay, good.
So I'm putting the 2 teams together, Dodgers, Phillies, And I've come up with Johnny Padres.
Johnny Padres is an excellent guess. It is incorrect, but it's an excellent guess. This guy did pitch for both the Dodgers and the Phillies.
Fernando?
No, good guess again, but a little more recent. In fact, we saw him out in San Diego this year. He's no longer playing. Oh, you weren't there. That's right.
Mark Grant?
I was going to say the guys played his golf course this past year.
Frank Hoare?
No, that's Atlanta. And he did pitch once for the Phils. Murph, you want to help him out with this one?
Would that be Aaron Harang?
Aaron Harang is correct.
Nice.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. He had 9 straight against the Padres. That was the toughest one yet, I think, that question.
Huh. You don't think of Aaron Harang and the Dodgers.
I got it right.
I got it right. Wasn't that tough?
That's what I mean. I feel like I'm one of the dumbest people here in the ballpark if you got it right.
Wear it proudly, John. Wear it proudly.
1-1 pitch coming to Tommy.
Well, if I'd have made the San Diego trip this year and got to play golf, then I would have known who it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure the invite would have been there. So.
Wow. Wow.
He's a nasty old man, isn't he?
He is an old man. Old fuddy-duddy. Tommy Joseph down on strikes. That was 99, 2 outs. Tommy, of course, hit that home run yesterday. And his new buddy Zach Witt was here, who Murph interviewed after he caught one of Tommy's home runs. Tommy said it was kind of cool having Zach in the dugout. He said Mickey came over to him when Zach was in the dugout, introduced himself, and Mickey said to Zach, "He's going to hit a home run for you tonight." And then Tommy went ahead and hit the home run in last night's ball game. Tommy was laughing about it today. He said, yeah, Mickey comes over and immediately puts the pressure on me. It was nice that he was able to oblige him.
Yes, it was. That tied us up, right?
No, it gave us the lead.
Gave us the lead.
Time, 5-4.
Yeah, I'm still baffled by Murph being mean to me. A little upset about that. Feelings got hurt.
Kind of throws you off, doesn't it?
It does. Because you don't think Murph to be that quick-witted.
The mean part, though, you expect. The quick-witted, you don't.
Yeah.
John, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been mean to you.
It's all right. I'm not sitting with you on the plane. Huh. That's right. I'm not going.
You're not going, yeah.
I feel like Larry Anderson. No more road trips.
Yeah, your next trip is back here next week.
Yeah. Maybe I can go to the Ugly Men's store and buy a shirt.
Be great if you showed up with that one.
That has to be the only one made.
Runner goes, pitches high, throw to second base is high as well, and Crawford is safe at second base. And that is his first major league stolen base. Keep checking him off, JP.
Buehler does have a high leg kick, but the velocity you would think would make up for that. But Grandal got a good pitch to throw, a high pitch, to get up out of his crouch, and he just made a high throw, and JP slides under. Oh, dropped my pen.
All right, so now they're going to go over the signs once again.
Yeah, because I guess no one figured there'd be anyone on second. Look at that, huh?
That is a lot of Phillies merchandise. And a strike 3 call. Hernandez down looking. And that'll wrap up this 6th inning. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. A couple strikeouts for Buehler. We'll go to the 7th. Your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. The Phillies fell behind 2-0, but then scored 2 in the third on the home run by Nick Williams, and then scored 2 more in the fifth on the double by Rhys Hoskins. Dodgers got a run back in the sixth. So now as we go to the seventh, Mark Leiter is done. He went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, and Ricardo Pinto will take over. Phillies do not have Luis Garcia or Hector Neris today. At least that's what Pete said before the ball game. So the bullpen is going to be aligned a little differently in the back end. And Andre Ethier will pinch hit for the pitcher. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Hobie Milner is up. Milner is up, I would think, for Bellinger, who would be up 4th in this inning. Outside, 2-0.
That's a heck of a career pinch hitting for Andre Ethier.
Yeah, it sure is.
285 average.
It's kind of like Ryan Howard's numbers as a pinch hitter. I mean, they were always good until last year. Out toward left field. That is well hit. Alter's going back, and this ball game is tied. Opposite field home run, and we're even at 4. Just the 2nd home run of the year for Ethier. Well, going to need some late game heroics yet again. 4-4.
Pinto got behind the count, had to throw something out over the center of the plate. Don't have the numbers Andre Ethier has as a pinch hitter without being prepared for a fastball.
Well, you saw the numbers when they popped up, so that's home run number 6 as a pinch hitter. Number 162 for his career. Taylor fouls it back, and it's 0-1. I mean, this was center cut.
Yeah, it had hit me written all over it.
Well, I think what you said too. I mean, you fall behind, so you have to throw a strike, and bam. Out to left center field, playable for Odubel, I would think. Nope, it's going to be off the base of the wall. He better get to it. Taylor around second, heading to third, and he'll be there standing with a triple. That ball kind of took off. 5th triple of the year for Taylor. And Austin Barnes is coming up.
Yeah, I don't know what Odubel would. You know, once you realize you can't catch it, you got to give yourself some room. He's thinking, can I hit 2 inside the park home runs in this series? I know it's easier said than done, but when you're trying to run full speed for a ball and trying to stop and back up and play the carom, so it's only a double, but I think that ball caromed and hit him. If it didn't hit him,
it might have trickled even farther.
Yeah, it would have been an inside to Parker.
Phillies have the infield in. Barnes takes a pitch inside, 1-0. Barnes is 0 for 2. He has struck out. He's grounded out. Dodgers with the go-ahead run over third. Opposite way, and foul. Caught. Nice grab. 1-2. That is a nice catch. Not an easy one.
No, bare hand. That ball had a little hair on it too when it left the bat of Barnes.
Phillies bullpen coming into today's ball game, and they had the best ERA since the 27th of August in all of baseball. Pinto has given up a run so far, and he's got another runner over third. Two balls, 1 strike. Over to third base. J.P. Crawford has it. Peeks the runner back. Man, he's been a vacuum over at third base today.
You put him and Freddie on the same side, but that's some range. Thing I like about it is look how calm. There's no panic, no rush. Good clock. He understood that there's no way, especially with no outs, that Taylor was going to go.
Playing third for Michael Franco today. All right, so that's going to be it for Pinto. He's responsible for the runner at third. Hobie Milner's coming in a tie game. Treat your Philadelphia high school, college, or graduate student to 2 student steal tickets plus 2 Fanatic Dangle hats for $45. Each ticket includes a $12 voucher for one of the spots out at Ashburn Alley. Deal is good for all games for the rest of the season. Perfect back-to-school gift for your child. Go to Phillies.com/care package. And that ball gets away from Alfaro, but comes right on back.
Well, that's a play that the Phillies work on all spring training, and throwing off the backstop and have it come back to the catcher with the runner on third.
That used to be the biggest fear of Vuk when he was the third base coach. You know, because some ballparks have the jagged rock. Here, this is the first year I think that it's come back that quickly, and it's come back often. Milner's numbers inside 2-0. Two and one. Bouncer slowly hit. Hoskins coming in. He won't have a play at home. Throws to first in time. So the run scores. The Dodgers take the lead. There's just not much you can do. It was a good pitch. But it's an RBI for Bellinger, and it's 6. Dodgers on top now by a score of 5-4. The putout goes 3-4.
Yeah, nothing Reese could do. He got a good jump up. We know the speed of Taylor, though. No chance. Smart play, too, by Reese. He took a look, but Bellinger was hustling down the line, so Reese had to hurry that throw. Made a good throw to Cesar.
Yasiel Puig, and it's swing and a miss. It's 0-1. If the ball was hit just a little harder, just a little harder. So 5-4 Los Angeles here in the top of the 7th inning. Pinto gave up the home run to Ethier. I think if you're Pinto, I don't know what you think about this, John, but there has to be a a dedication this offseason to get more movement on that fastball, because he's got a good fastball velocity wise, but like that pitch to Ethier was right down the middle of the plate. You got to think about, locating it.
You got to locate better. It's great to throw hard, but you can still, in this day and age, you still have to have something that goes with it.
Right. Or if you're going to throw hard, be able to throw it to different quadrants of the plate. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Puig's down looking. Side is retired, but the Dodgers do get a couple, and they retake the lead. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Dodgers 5 and the Phillies 4. Hey, by the way, 2018 season ticket plans are available right now. That's right. Full and partial plans available to fit your needs and your schedule. Preferred locations and discounted pricing as compared to individual tickets. Go to Phillies.com/season deposit for more info and to secure your seats now. All right, so now we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Brandon Morrow will be the new pitcher for the Dodgers. We saw him yesterday. And he'll face Galvis, Williams, and Hoskins. Morrow 5-0 with a 2.21 earned run average. Galvis today is 1 for 3 with a run scored. He singled in the first. A line drive to right field. Puig going back, and it's over his head off the Rothman sign, and Galvis puts the brakes on, and Puig throws a strike to second base. Second hit of the day for Freddie Galvis. I think Williams is coming up. Well, John, you wondered who the star would be today. Galvis gets it rolling.
Yeah, he does. That's a beautiful swing too by Freddie. I love it when he isn't elevating the ball with pop-ups. So that's a line drive. It. Look, Puig just played that perfectly, and you saw that cannon of an arm that he possesses. No chance for Freddie to get to second base, but yeah, you take a leadoff single anytime.
Williams 1 for 3. Fouls it back 0-1. That was a good rip. His one was a 2-run home run the opposite way. Opposite way again for Williams toward the corner, and it's a foul ball. That would have been something, huh?
Yeah, that would have been fun to watch. Of course, if it was second and third, you would have to think that they would walk Reese.
Back to work again with the count 0-2.
But let's take our chances with that. I'd like that.
Yes, sir.
Ethier with the bases loaded. See how that turned out.
Another one fouled away. 98 miles an hour from Morrow.
Throw over. Nope.
He wanted it up.
Yeah, you know, the way Grandel turns and that little strap on his shin guard, it's kind of hard to see his signs.
Yeah, I wonder if it's easier today because it's daylight, but it definitely was difficult, or it looked difficult the other night. There's your throw over.
See how his hand is and that strap that's hanging?
Yeah.
Okay.
Swing and a miss. Williams strikes out. It's the third time he has struck out today, and now Hoskins is coming up. Hoskins had a 2-run double his last time to the plate. He is 1 for 3. 45 runs batted in.
In how many games? 40?
Well, yeah, since the 10th of August.
Isn't this his 40th game?
'41st.
I'd like to see him get 2 more.
Last ball, and it's 0-1. He doesn't swing that often at the first pitch. Confident that he'll find another pitch during the at-bat.
I think at some point, especially late in a game like this, you might start pulling the old Tony Gwynn. Never swing at the first pitch until the game's on the line, then he hits a homer.
Chase was known to do that.
Yeah, it was, you know, Chase is notorious for taking the first pitch.
And then every once in a while, he'll jump the first pitch. Former double play combination there. One and two. That ball had a little cut to it. Normally 99 on the fastball. That one came in the low 90s.
Chase was messing with him a little bit.
Made him think like he still had the ball.
He started to straddle the bag. I don't know. Thought he was back at second base or what.
Freddie inches off a little bit more at first. Now the 1-2 pitch coming to Rhys Hoskins. In the dirt, blocked by Grandal. Then it eludes him for a moment, but not far enough. And it's 2-2.
That got him up under the throat.
It sure did.
Freddie would have anticipated that ball in the dirt to get himself in scoring position.
Inside, 3-2. All right, what are you doing here? You got Altair on deck.
I think you got to send him. Rhys has proven that he will chase every once in a while, sliders in the dirt, but he will get his walks too. So if it's a slider in the dirt, you would think even if he swings, Freddie's going to have a chance to steal the base. It's not going to change what Morrow throws to him.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Galvis does not go, and the pitch fouled away to the right side. Boy, that ball had some late movement on it too. All right, so now a meeting at the foot of the mound. Dodgers have led in the 6th inning or later in each of these games in this series. The Phillies have won the first 3. Can they do it again here in the bottom of the 7th? Why not? Two pitch and a fastball, strike 3 call. And Hoskins down looking. 2 outs here in the 7th. Take a look at a pitch cast presented by Mazda. Right at the bottom of the zone. It looked like a good pitch.
Yeah, it was a good pitch.
All right, Aaron Altair.
Well,
he's been the guy. He and Hoskins.
Yeah, this is his time.
So Murph talked about before, Altair's numbers late in the game. 344 batting average from the 7th inning on is the 3rd highest batting average in baseball. Adam Frazier, Brandon Phillips are 1 and 2. Frazier overall hitting .282 with 6 home runs for the Pirates. Brandon Phillips playing for the LA Angels. Swing and a miss. I don't think he's seeing it that well right there.
That was a 90-mile-an-hour. It looked like Morrow came more straight over the top with that pitch. It looked like he did something weird in his delivery.
Well, it's listed as a slider for him.
He's in shade. The hitter's head, right-handed hitter's heads are in sunlight. Well, that ain't no fun.
Fouled away, 1 and 2. Phillies are 11 and 8 here in the month of September. The Dodgers are 5 and 15. The Indians are the top team in the majors in September, 19-1. Phillies trying to win this season series against Los Angeles. They were swept out in LA earlier this year. Inside, 2-2. That's 98. That'll wake you up a little bit.
Well, yeah, if it's the 7th inning and you're not awake, it sure will.
Woo.
What, I don't know how Grandel caught that. You would have to think probably the next pitch is going to be something away.
And it is 3-2.
I bet Freddie's running here.
I would think you're right about that. Odubel's on deck.
I'd like to see Odubel get a chance here. He's got to be due, right?
He is due in a big way.
Hey, when did Chase become such a conversationalist over there?
Galvis goes. Pitch is bounced over to third toward the hole. Picked up by Taylor. Throw to first. And it's in time. Boy, that's a great play. Now you don't have 100% in Aaron Altair running. So he's able to buy in a little extra time. But that still was a fantastic catch and throw by Chris Taylor. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Taylor finally quiets Aaron Altair as we go to the 8th here in Philadelphia. Brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. Top of the 8th inning. It's 5-4 Dodgers on top. Kike Hernandez will pinch hit for Curtis Granderson. Fanatic doing his normal dance on the dugout. Got some kids up there dancing to a Bon Jovi song. All right, so Kike Hernandez. Granderson homered his last time up, but they decided to go to Hernandez instead of lefty on lefty with Hobie Milner still out there. First pitch is outside. It's 1-0. Hector Arano is out in the bullpen warming up for the Phils. Tony Cingrani is warming up for the Dodgers. I would think of the Dodgers in the 8th inning. If it gets a little dicey, we'll bring in Kenley Jansen.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, that get, you know, they're probably hoping that Cingrani can get Odubel left on left. And then if Odubel gets on, you never, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. But I would have to think that there's going to be a runner in scoring position with a chance to tie the game. If the Dodgers don't score here, Jansen has to be at least be considered to be brought in.
There he is. ball 4. So Milner walks Kike. And leadoff batters aboard. That'll bring Chase Utley to the plate. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you, Tom. It's time for our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. We are heading into the final stretch of the baseball season. What a series out there in Milwaukee. The next 4 games, the Cubs and Brewers for 4. Now the Cubs have a 3.5 game lead in the Central over the Brewers. The Brewers, though, 1 game out of the wild card right now. The season series 8-7 in favor of Milwaukee. That should be a lot of fun out there at Miller Park. And guys, it was nice to see. We all saw that the terrible, shocking news from Wednesday night at Yankee Stadium when the young girl was hit with a baseball in foul territory. The good news is that we hear that she's doing well, still hospitalized, but doing well. But Rob Manfred today talked a little bit about redoubling the efforts of Major League Baseball to improve the safety and the netting in all the Major League ballparks. Now, the Yankees don't have any netting over their dugout. That's where she was sitting, over the third base dugout when she was struck. So hopefully they will add those in. There's really no reason whatsoever not to have that netting nowadays, but Rob Manfred saying that they're going to redouble the efforts to try and improve the safety for the fans all over Major League Baseball before something terribly tragic happens. And, you know, we've seen it enough that sooner or later I think that may happen, so hopefully they do that.
Yeah, and the players are for it, obviously. The managers, Joe Girardi said it yesterday. Poor Todd Frazier. I mean, Todd Frazier was in tears. If you saw any of the pictures of it, Matt Holliday was in tears out at second base. Frazier, it was tough, he said, even to continue the way it was going. Victor Arano will be the new pitcher for the Phillies. Charlie Culberson was introduced as a pinch hitter for the Dodgers, and he was subsequently booed because that meant no more Chase Utley. Utley in his final plate appearance, at least you would think, his final plate appearance here at Citizens Bank Park, although maybe he comes back next year. I mean, I think if the Dodgers asked him to come back, he'd come back. So Arano is on to face Culberson with a runner at first and nobody out here in the 8th inning. Phil's trying to keep this at a 1-run game.
Yeah, here's a decision for Dave Robertson. You got a 1-run lead. Do you bunt Culberson? Think that maybe with Forsythe coming up afterwards that they would walk Brendel. I don't know how many more infielders the Dodgers have. But, you know, with the Turner injury, you know, Bellinger having to move to the outfield, Chase moving to second, Taylor having to come in to play short. I mean, I would assume that Kike Hernandez just pinch hit. I guess he could go in and play.
Yep. They have Dixon, who can play either the infield or the outfield too. Segedin, who can play the infield or the outfield. So they do have a couple of bodies. Throw over to first base just to see what Culberson was doing, if he was going to show bunt at all. He does. And he takes a strike, 0-1. I think this is the right play by Dave Roberts, is to move the runner into scoring position.
Yeah, try to get one more. Try to get an insurance run.
He bunts it foul, and it's 0-2.
Assuming they would take it off, right?
He does take it off, and he wraps it foul. So it remains 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. One away here in the 8th inning.
Good breaking ball right there by Arano. It looked like it was headed right at Culbertson in the last second just cut back over that inside part of the plate.
Well, now Grandal will be the batter. Grandal has doubled today. He's 1 for 2. And it's 0-1 to Grandal.
Kike Hernandez is not a speed guy.
No, I mean he can run, but he's definitely not a speed guy. One ball and 1 strike. Two and 1.
You got to make something happen here if you're Arano. But you better not throw something out over the plate, because Grandal seems like he's starting to swing it a little better than what he was coming in.
Popped him up. And Alfaro will give it a peek, but it's back here. And down toward the lower level. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillies in their half of the 8th inning will have Herrera, Alfaro, and Crawford due up against Cingrani. Swing and a miss. Grandal strikes out and breaks his bat. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. That poor bat wasn't bothering anybody.
It was bothering him because it didn't make
it was
contact with the ball. So you got to get rid of it.
And here is Logan Forsythe.
I think the helmet got some too, if you heard that.
Yeah. Thankfully, Jorge Alfaro curled around. Adrian Gonzalez in the on-deck circle. Logan Forsythe up, and he takes just a bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
I don't want to see Adrian Gonzalez hitting in this inning.
No. Three balls and no strikes. Well, whether you want to or not, you may.
Yeah, might not have a choice. What was Adrian's injury? Shoulder?
Shoulder, yep.
I thought he had that cleaned up. Didn't he have it? I thought he had that operated on a couple of years or so ago.
He may have. It may have just bounced back again. And ball 4. So Forsythe draws the walk. And it will bring Adrian Gonzalez to the plate. Really good numbers, of course, here at this ballpark and against the Phils overall. And here comes Bob McClure. After Freddie Galvis came in to have a conversation. Gonzalez had played 49 games before the injury. When he was on the disabled list, he was asked, as you look at his numbers at Citizens Bank Park, he was asked about his role when he came back, because Bellinger was hitting so well. And his comment was, I guess a young guy might be worried about certain numbers. So at this point in my career, I just want to have fun. I just want to enjoy being around the guys and win games. I don't think there's any other reason to play the game other than to win. Because Bellinger wasn't going anywhere at first base, even though this guy has been a Gold Glove caliber first baseman for his entire career. Four-time Gold Glove winner, five-time All-Star. And that one's in the dirt. Alfaro kicks it around a little bit, but it stays in the area. 1-0. This time on the disabled list was the first time he has ever been on the disabled list, and you know, he went back after a couple weeks and had to go back on again. There's a strike at the knees, 1-1.
Right shoulder.
I believe it was his right shoulder.
Yeah, that's the tough one for a left-handed hitter. That lead shoulder. That was what was so weird about Michael Conforto, swinging and separating his left shoulder.
In the dirt, 2-1. His shoulder and then his back as well. He had shoulder surgery back in 2010. He has a degenerative disc in his back. Actually, it was the elbow. I'm sorry, John. It was the elbow that originally put him on the DL. Well, he's got the count, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Now here's where a veteran, very smart hitter, he might open up if he thinks it's coming in, or he might just sell out away.
Ball 4, and that'll load up the bases. Well, this is certainly not what Arano wanted to do. 3 walks in the inning, 2 by Arano. And there is bullpen action. Curtis is warming up, but you've got Taylor coming up. Chris Taylor tripled his last time up. He's also singled in today's game, 2 for 4. The bases are loaded for the Dodgers here in the top of the 8th.
Not a pop-up.
Pop-up would be good. 183 on that little slider.
Pop up to Freddie, please.
You want it to the sure-handed one?
Yeah, just
ground ball over to third. This guy's been sure-handed all day long. The inning is over. So Arano works into trouble, but then gets himself out of trouble. The Dodgers lead and loaded here in the top of the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, and 3 men left. We'll go to the middle of the 8th. Dodgers up 5-4. After this ball game, it's presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Rob Ellis, Ricky Bottalico are standing by, hopefully to talk about another Phillies come-from-behind victory. A couple of opportunities the Phillies were not able to get today offensively. We'll also talk about Hoskins' 2-run double, Williams' 2-run home run, Leiter 1 earned run through 6. Time now for our Toyota turning point. It came in the 7th inning. Andre Ethier will kick it off for us.
Yeah, leading off the inning as a pinch hitter, and he gets Ricardo Pinto behind an account and delivers one to left center field for a home run, and then Taylor hits one that, I don't know if Odubel thought it was going out for a triple, and then Bellinger, great pitch by Obi Milner, just didn't hit it hard enough to get Taylor to hit the triple out at home plate, and that's the go-ahead run, and that's where we stand right now, and those are our Toyota turning points of the game.
Well, Taylor started the game in center. He's back in center field.
Oh, gosh.
Kike Hernandez is in left. Culberson's at short. And Bellinger's back at first. Cingrani starts Odubel off with a pitch down low. A 4.54 ERA for Cingrani. Oh boy. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was ball 2, and I'm not really sure what he thought he would be able to accomplish on that.
I think he guessed wrong.
I think he did too. Kenley Jansen is warming up in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Popped up foul. There's so much timing involved to Odubel Herrera's at bat and his style, and there are days where he just gets off, and I think these last 2 days something's gotten him off kilter.
Yeah, his timing hasn't been good. I started game 1 really against Kershaw, and he first at bat he had 2 strikes, and normally he has a high leg kick, and he just didn't even stride.
This one is blooped off the third base line, foul. One and 2.
Why they haven't gotten to that breaking ball down and away.
I think you're going to see it right here. Well, it doesn't look like it. Fastball up. I'm surprised they went fastball up there. It's away, 2 and 2.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, you wonder if coming in, because this is such a great hitter's ballpark, and Dodger Stadium, especially at night, is not a great hitter's park. You wonder if they pitch differently here than they would at Dodger Stadium.
Maybe. I mean, maybe there is that thought that they have to keep it in the yard to a certain extent, so they have to pitch a little more carefully. I mean, there was not even close to being around the plate.
I mean, Odubel's chased some bad pitches this series. He ain't going after those. Of course, he might have been on second on that one if he'd have swung and missed.
Cingrani's first year as a starter back in 2013. To see what the Dodgers bullpen has done this series. 10 earned runs on 10 hits and 8 walks in 10 2/3. As a starter for the Reds, he had the second best strikeout per 9-inning rate in baseball. Odubel hits it out towards center. Taylor comes running in. He'll be there. And he'll make the catch. One away. And here comes Jorge Alfaro. Cingrani with the Dodgers has a 3.31 ERA. This is his 19th appearance. 25 appearances with the Reds. He had a 5.40 earned run average.
We haven't been too selective against Cingrani.
No.
I would assume that pitch would have been called a ball. Up and in.
Opposite way, foul, 0-2. This is the key guy right now for Cingrani because he's got another lefty on deck. For the Phillies, they got to get a base runner. Down by 1 here in the 8th inning. The 0-2 pitch coming to Alfaro. But he stays alive and fouls it back.
Well, you'd imagine that if you're a Phillies hitter, you can probably eliminate the breaking ball of Cingrani because he would have thrown both of those, I think, behind Alfaro.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
Throw the same ones he did to Odubel.
Swing and a miss. 90. That's his changeup. And there are 2 outs, and now it's up to J.P. Crawford.
Like Alfaro was leaning, opening up to try to get to an inside pitch, and Cingrani threw that pitch away, and you can see the lower half of Alfaro kind of peel off towards third on that swing.
All right, now lefty on lefty. Up high, 1-0. Mike Franco has come out of the on deck circle. If Crawford gets on, I would think that's the cue to bring in Jansen. I would think.
Yeah, you would think. I don't, you know. Yeah, Crawford has shown a pretty good eye.
Good hard look here. Good hard look. Come on.
Nice how everybody's so helpful.
No.
3-0.
It's great to be coached by 30,000.
There's a strike, and it's 3-1. And ball 4. JP has walked 3 times in today's ball game. Let's see what Dave Roberts does here. Maikel Franco will be the pinch hitter.
And here comes Dave Roberts as soon as Franco is announced.
So they're going to bring in Kenley Jansen, their closer. So this is going to be, if he's able to close it out, a 4-out save opportunity. So Jansen's coming in. We've got a pitching change. The Phillies down by 1. The tying run is at first base when we return to Citizens Bank Park. here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Kenley Jansen is on to try to close this one out for the Dodgers. He's got to get a 4-out save in order to close it out. He has 38 saves in 39 opportunities. He has really been dominant. 101 strikeouts in 63 and 2/3 innings. And he will face Maikel Franco.
Well, I don't think there's any secret with Kenley Jansen. It's kind of cutter.
And it's a good one.
Yes, it is.
Maikel on the year hitting .230 with 20 homers and 69 runs batted in.
I do think you can steal off of him, though.
Because of that big leg kick?
Just, I mean, really, well, he's tall. He's a big man, and it takes him a while to uncoil.
A former catcher, stands 6'5", 275, and I think he's probably one of the happier guys in baseball that he did not sign with the Marlins this past offseason. 1 ball and 1 strike. When he first started pitching, he was 96, 97 with that cutter, and there's what John was mentioning as far as the steals go. But look at that, strikeouts per 9, 14.28.
Most closers don't really concern themselves with the base runner anyway.
Well, that is true. A couple of courtesy tosses over.
And he throws over twice. Game's changed.
38 saves this year, 47 saves last year. Signed a 5-year, $80 million contracts. 1 ball and 1 strike. That wasn't a bad pitch to hit there.
No, it wasn't. Still 11. Yeah, I know you don't want to get thrown out with the pinch hitter up because then you lose your pinch hitter, but it's a very hittable pitch if you're Franco, just that late cut.
Lays off. Ooh, he went with something other than the cutter. He went with the breaking ball. And now it's 2-2.
You can just see with Jansen, watch his left foot, how it starts open. Even when he comes set, it's still open.
Same spot.
Same spot. And so it takes just that little split second longer to get it to where he needs to go. But of course, when you strike a guy, who cares if they steal a base?
That's true. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. All right, so we've played 8. We'll go to the 9th inning. The Phillies still down by 1. of the ninth inning. Dodgers with 5 runs on 7 hits. The Phils 4 runs on 6 base hits. Every time the Phillies retire the opposing team 1, 2, 3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Adebayo Ramos will pitch here in the top of the ninth inning, trying to give the Phils a chance in the bottom of the ninth. Home plate umpire Scott Barry is signaling for the lights to go on. I always wondered why they did it so early. You know what I mean?
Is it early?
Well, it's 4:30.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. But this
I thought we were
happens.
starting first inning of a day-night doubleheader the way this brisk pace has gone.
They did this on Sunday as well. First pitch is outside. It's 1-0. It was still early. Well, there has to be some reasoning by it.
Does it take long for him to take effect?
Maybe it does. Maybe that's it.
I hope he ain't planning on being here for another hour.
Well, maybe he's planning ahead. Barnes is behind 1-2. Opposite way foul, and it remains 1-2. In the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, we got the top of the order.
Yep.
You would have to think if Cesar gets on that there would be a steal attempt somewhere in there. And or Freddie.
Got him. It was a high breaking ball. And 1 out here in the ninth inning. And Cody Bellinger is due up.
The key is keeping it to 1.
Absolutely.
One run against Kenley Jansen is difficult enough. 2. Might be a tad much to ask the boys.
Outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Bellinger. Two and 1. That got a piece, I think, of the home plate umpire Scott Barry. Yeah, it did. Oh, yeah. In the chest.
Is that what we're calling it?
Popped up foul, and it's 2-2. John, the lights are going on.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to notice for a while.
Got to plan ahead.
I guess, but I mean, I know it's the last day of summer, but that don't mean we're going to have like 30 days of darkness, it doesn't.
I don't know. There's a lot of crazy things happening in this world.
Yeah, I guess.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Bellinger. Fly ball center field, and Odubel's out there, and now comes running in, or trotting in. 2 outs, and Puig is coming up. Well, this is the last time the Phillies will see the Dodgers. They'll see them on TV, though, this postseason, unless it's a colossal collapse, which can't imagine that's going to happen.
No.
Some think they'll be if they don't advance to the National League Championship Series or even the World Series, it will be a collapse for them. And I guess you can say that because they had the best record in baseball for a good part of this year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can't predict that Adrian Gonzalez was going to get hurt and be ineffective, but you also couldn't predict that Cody Bellinger would come up and hit 38 homers and do what he's done.
We take strike one. It's 0-1.
Taylor's having from very unexpected, really good offensive season for them.
Pulled toward third, caught by J.P. Crawford. Well, defensively, that wraps up a darn good day for J.P. over at the hot corner. Man, that ball was hit right on the nose. Cesar will lead it off when we get back. The Phils down by 1. In their final at bat against Kenley Jansen, who has only one blown save this year. We shall see. Jansen, the all-time leader in saves for the LA Dodgers, 227. And we mentioned signed to a long-term deal, so whoever is going to chase him down the road is going to have a long road ahead of them. Cesar Hernandez will lead it off here in the 9th inning. He's been on base 3 times. He's 2 for 3 with a walk and a couple of runs scored. First pitch on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. That is that cutter we talked about. And a line drive out toward left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Hernandez cuts it off, throws a little wide of second, but Cesar conservatively and rightfully stays at first. And now we'll see if he's able to accomplish what John was talking about. If he decides that it's important to take a lead and go.
I think you got to. I think if you're Cesar Hernandez, you got to be on second base within the first 2 or 3 pitches of this at bat to Freddie. You don't want to wait till 2 strikes, and then if you do steal, and Freddie's up there protecting and not giving him a chance to possibly move you to third base. Go early.
Freddie is 2 for 4 in this ball game. He has scored a run. Forsythe is in on the grass at third. Freddie does not square, and he lifts it foul, and it's 0-1. The cutter, when it's on, you think it's in a hittable spot, and then as you swing, it comes into your hands if you're a left-handed batter.
What is it, like the last 8 feet or 10 feet or something? That's when you lose sight of the ball as a hitter because it's moving so fast, and that's when that normally cuts.
Another one fouled away, and it's 0-2. The ball's at 2 strikes.
I just don't know if you can string 3 hits against Jansen. He's been that dominant.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. The throw over. Cesar did not have a big lead. Back easily.
Estimated time of arrival in Atlanta is tomorrow.
It's all right. It's 7:35 start. There's an extra half hour built in. 0-2 is grounded out to second. That could be 2. There's 1 and 2. 4-6-3 double play. And there are 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Now the game is left into the hands of rookie Nick Williams.
Again, that's why you'd like to see Cesar take off. 11 for 11 in stolen base opportunities.
You got a theory as to why? Is it just a lack of confidence?
I don't know. I mean, I know he has the green light.
I would think he does. I don't think there was a hold put on. Figure if he stole and Freddie did that same thing, he's on third with 1 out. All right, so 2 outs. Nick Williams is up. Williams has homered today, and he pulls that one foul. That's a good swing. And it's 0-1.
Was that the cutter or was that a breaking ball that he got that far out in front on?
I think it was a cutter. There was a time where he didn't throw anything but cutters. Off the hands, and it's 0-2. That's the cutter. No balls and 2 strikes to Nick Williams. Dodgers try to cut their magic number to 1 to clinch the West. Be their 5th straight division crown. To the Hall of Fame club. And it remains 0-2. They have not been to the World Series since 1988. That's remarkable, I think.
Was that great World Hershiser World Series?
Yeah, and he is here.
That was the playoffs too, when the Mets owned them in the regular season, and then Dodgers steamrolled them in the postseason.
No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch outside, 1-2. They'll show me pitch. We'll be on the air tomorrow at 7:30. Ben Lively against Sean Newcomb. 2 night games and a day game this weekend. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Williams. And a little dribbler out in front of the plate. Grandal bare hands in time, and the ball game is over. And the Dodgers have whittled their magic number to clinch the West down to 1, as they have salvaged this 4-game series with a 5-4 victory over the Phils. Well, I'm not sure if Dave Roberts can breathe a sigh of relief, but he's got a little bit of a reprieve after his team blew all those leads in the first 3 games. Kenley Jansen is our Chevrolet player of the game. He picked up a 4-out save, the 24th of his career. And the Dodgers are able to win it by a final score of 5-4. All right, our WB Mason deliveries of the game. Let's take a look at them. They're the 2 home runs for the Dodgers.
Curtis Granderson, Mark Leiter threw a pitch down and in, and that's Curtis' wheelhouse. And then Pinto got behind Andre Ethier, and he throws a fastball center cut. Ethier delivers it to left field. And those are our WB Mason deliveries of the game.
So the Phils lose it 5-4 here at Citizens Bank Park. We'll be back to Philadelphia to wrap it up right after this.